Yeah, hello. This session is about the application packaging. Here, what I want to share is what is mean by application packaging and what are the basics we need to learn before starting application package. So, what is mean by application packaging? Application packaging is it is a process that some companies use to get the necessary software on the user devices or some number of devices with easy installation. To reduce the installation process, this application packaging came in. So, what does it mean in simple words? If any application is there, for example, if you say some Microsoft application, so to install one application in one system, it will take around 1 hour or 2 hours, depends on the application. So to install the same application in the number of, for example, if you say 1,000 application, it may take so many hours and it consumes the hours of the installation procedure, and it may have it may occur errors also during the installation. To reduce these things and to enhance and to clear these errors, to avoid the error, this application packaging has come. What does the application packaging do? This application packaging helps the application to install in a system or number of system in a single click without the user interaction. It means when the user or when the system require that application, they just they can easily take that application into their system through the some web browser. There is some, if you say SCR, in this case SCCM, System Center Configuration Manager. It is used to deliver or it used to deploy the application into the system or user systems. So when the application is came to the user system, by single click, that application will be installed. So how the application packaging is done. So here there are some basics. Before starting how the application packaging is done, we have to know we have to know some basics. So here some basics are ARP entries and folder directories, shortcuts, registries, services, firewalls, drivers, certificates, environmental variables, temporary locations, verbose logging, event. So before starting the application packaging, we will do some source validation. Source validation means when the one application is installed and we want to do application packaging to that application, we'll do this source validation. So when the application is installed, there may be generated some source files and that will be stored in some location, and there may be generated some registries, some services, firewalls, certificates, drivers, variables. So we have to find these all things and we have to capture these all things and before starting the packaging of the application. So here first thing is ARP entries. What does ARP entries mean? ARP entry means in this name itself it tells ARP means add remove programs. When the application is installed or uninstalled, the entry is created in this. Entry is created. So it is not mandatory that every application will be having a entry. So where we can see this ARP entries. So with the two commands, we have two ways with using the run or with using the command prompt. By appwich.cpl we can, for example, appwich.cpl, this window will appear. This generally we call it, we can control panel programs and programs and features. When the application is installed, the entry will be created. Most of the cases the entry will be created, but we are not sure until the application is installed. So here one thing is, if there are many applications are installed at a time and we don't know when the application is installed, what type of application is installed. So before after installation is done, based on the installed time and installation time, we have to know the what is the name of the application and a publisher of the application. So from here we can know that name of the application and the publisher, or we can say the vendor, and what is the version also we can see here. So for these details, we will be seeing this ARP entry, and when the ARP entries is created, we can know that we can say that the application is installed. So after, so from this ARP entry, we can came to know that what is the name of the application and what is the name of the vendor. So after this ARP entries, we'll be finding the folder directory, which is also known as installation directory or the target path. What does this mean? When the application is installed, the application contains some source files and supporting files, and there may be many files like if we say the source file exe and the supporting files and the language files and license files. These all files will be, when the installation is done, these all files will be extracted and stored in some path. So these are called as a folder directory or installation directory at a target path. So when the application is installed, there may be two cases. Some application will be installed on a system level and some will be in the user level. System level means that application is installed with the user, I mean admin rights. So when the application is installed on a system level, these are the paths where the sources of the particular application will be stored. It's like it's directly under the C, or directly under the C program files or C program files common files or C program file x86, C program file x86 common file, C program data or C Windows. So here C program file x86 means it is a 32-bit location, and C program files means it is a 64-bit. If in some system, if you say some in machines, there may be not x86, there will be only C program files. That means the system is 32-bit. If there are two both folders, means like C program file x86 and C program file, that means it is a 64-bit that supports 64-bit applications and 32-bit applications. So based on the application behavior, the source files may be stored in in some of the locations. It may be in two locations or it may be in one location. But here what we have to find means what is the main installation directory. So if we got some file, if one with some files in as program files and some files in x86 files. So how we can see, one way is the main application source file, which is a .exe file where it is stored. If it is stored in C program files, means it is the main installation directory. Or we can check the count of, I mean, which is part having the more number of files. How can we say that? Or how can we check the number of files? By selecting that application installation part and clicking on the property, we can know how many files are there. Based on the difference between the files, we can say that what is the folder directory or installation directory. Same thing, they're all also user related directories. When the system is when the application is installed on the user level, the source file may be stored or installed on these location. The one is C username. Username means a particular username and under the document, or some under the app data, some are under app data local, some are under the app data room. In this case also, it's not sure that it will be installed in one location only. It may be installed in two locations or many locations. So based on the main source file or based on the number of files, we can say which one is the main installation directory part. And here is another thing is that a neutral part. This neutral part means there are some applications part, I mean target part, which can be accessed by the both system and the user. So that is C user public public. So your system related which are available in the system related application, this cannot be uninstalled by the user. To uninstall that should be in the admin rights. So by that also we can, if we date any application installation directory in the system related, we can say that it is a system level and it can be accessed by all the users of that machine. It's not for that single user. So this is about the folder directory or installation directory. Next one is the shortcut. So shortcut means it is a link file. It is a link path. Sorry, excuse me. So yeah, it is a link path. How can we find that link path? If you see one shortcut, the shortcut can contain an arrow symbol at the left bottom side, which means when the application shortcut is launched, it is linked to some of the is linked to the source file, which is a exe or msi file or anything. It is linked to that source file and it will launch that source file and the application will be launched. That is the working of them, and that is the main work of the shortcut. When the shortcut is launched, it will launch the main source file and the application will be launched. So in the shortcut there are two types: advertised shortcut and other one is non-advertised shortcut. What is mean by advertised shortcut? So in this case, advertised shortcut means the shortcut which have the self heal. For example, it is for example, if one application is there and without unknowingly some files are deleted which are related to that application. So to launch that application or to run that application, that file is required. So what happen means if a shortcut and with the shortcut is advertised. When we launch the shortcut, first the shortcut will mm, check all the related files and check all the missing files, and it will install the missing files, and then the shortcut will be launch the application. But in the non-advertised shortcut, if any files are missing, it will not launch the shortcut and it will throw an error. This is the main difference between the advertised and non-advertised shortcut. So here also same way we have system related shortcut paths and user related shortcut paths. So system related shortcut paths are C program data Microsoft Windows start menu, and C program data Microsoft Windows start menu programs, program data Microsoft Windows start menu program startup. So based on application behavior, the shortcuts may be installed in any of the three locations. So here in this case, if any application is installed or copied to the startup folder, that means every time every time the system logged on, I mean user log into the system, the application which is stored in the startup folder will automatically open. I mean it will automatically launch. So these are the system related shortcut paths and these are the user related shortcut paths which is for the current user. I mean the particular user. See user username app data roaming Microsoft Windows start menu. See user username app data roaming Microsoft Windows start menu program startup. These are also startup same behavior of the system related startup. So another one is desktop shortcuts. Desktop shortcut we have two parts. One is which is related to user related. It is C username desktop and OneDrive desktop. If a current user having the as or logged into the OneDrive and synced that OneDrive, the desktop shortcut will be created under the OneDrive, and there will be no desktop shortcuts under the directly username desktops. If there is no OneDrive, the desktop will be created simple C user username and desktops. And here the other one is there is a neutral part C user public desktop. This is a neutral part who can be accessed by the system and the user related. All the source file can be accessed.